But before we go any further, I just want to mention a couple other people that are going to be retiring. First is Charlene Pugh. Charlene is going to be retiring after 36 years, and she's going to be retiring, so at the end of the year. So congratulations, Charlene. And the next one is Joe Metzger. Joe served on the apprentice committee for many years. I think they said since '95. When was it, Joe? 85, my God. You were on there when I was an apprentice, I think. Oh, soon. So, Joe, we need to give him a hand for all the time he's put in. And the last one is Joe McCusker. Joe is after 35 years. He's going to be retiring at the first of the year. So, congratulations to Joe. Before we get started, I'm going to have a friend come up and say grace. So if Bob would come up, and then after that, we're going to have our meal. Just as I said, we can wait for Howard to go around to the tables. Just make sure our table's first.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for bringing us all here to celebrate this special day with Kevin and his family. Thank you for the friendship and the relationships that were brought to us with Kevin. We ask that you bless time and fellowship together. We pray for safe travel home. Bless the hands that prepared and served this meal. Bless it to our bodies, that it may strengthen us in all that we do. In Jesus' name,
amen. Congratulations, Kevin. Go Garnet Valley Jaguars, #1.
Thanks for giving me a career, not a job, Kevin. Congrats on your retirement. Go Jags.
Hey, Kev, thanks for everything. Go Jags.
Hey, Kevin. I know I've always been your favorite, and I just want to say, have a great retirement, dude. Go fucking Irish. Yeah!
Should I do it? Yeah. Hey, Kevin, congratulations on your retirement, and knock, knock, motherfucker. I was just an apprentice. I probably shouldn't.
Here, I'll take it again.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
Hey, Kevin. Love you, man. Have a great day today, and really appreciate all your service.
Away from him. All right. Cut it. Cut it.
Thanks for everything, Kev. I appreciate it, man. Enjoy your retirement.
Yeah,
I'm a horrible public speaker. I don't know.
I've known Kevin for about 40 years, and Kevin will tell you, I can piss him off at 30 yards. Just ask him about the trash and steam plant.
You want to say a few words to Kevin? Appropriate words.
I can't curse?
You can curse, but it has to be in an appropriate way.
Are you fucking kidding me? Kevin's favorite words.
Hey, Kevin, congratulations on your retirement. Well deserved and great job.
Hey, how are you doing, ladies? So would you like to say a few things to Kevin?
I don't know what to say. I hope it's going to be nice being home with Kevin. I don't know.
Okay.
I would say, Rosemary, keep your job while you can.
Steve, how about
Steve?
Steve.
For Kevin?
Yeah, for Kevin.
Yeah. Kevin, I've known you for probably half your life. I've had the privilege of working with you for 15 or 9 years in the office, and you did a great job. The local really has benefited from you being in it and all the hard work you did. I appreciate it, buddy. We'll all miss you, and enjoy your retirement.
Hi, Dad. Congratulations. So proud of you. Thank you for giving me the best life ever.
Kev, enjoy your retirement. I've been out for 10 years, and I highly recommend it. Good luck, buddy.
Okay, Kevin. Vero Beach, man. This is where you're going to go. Maybe April, huh? All right, good luck, man.
We go just, if I could just have 5 minutes. Kevin made me say some nice things about him, so. Good evening. I'd like to welcome everyone here tonight to celebrate Kevin's retirement. This is a great crowd. We have Kevin's family and friends here tonight. We have a huge turnout from our membership, and we actually had to turn people away because of the overwhelming responses. We have contractors here, members from NECA. Our professionals are here from Vaccaro Associates, our actuarial and attorney. We have the business manager and business agent from Local 269. We have the business manager and president from Local 313. And other locals would have been here, but they didn't realize it was a sit-down dinner. But they all sent their well wishes. We could have used the room for over 500 tonight, and that's a great testament to Kevin. So this is my third retirement speech in less than 2 weeks. This one was most difficult to write. I originally thought it was hard because Kevin usually gives me bullet points when I have to speak, and I couldn't ask him for this one tonight because I'd be up here all night. Then I realized it was difficult for me because I really didn't want this day to come. Kevin has always looked out for me. He's been like an older brother, and I could talk to Kevin about anything. I know when I say something between me and him, it's always between us. And you don't meet too many people in your life that you can trust with everything. It'll be very hard not to see him in the office every day. Now a little bit about him. Kevin has been a member for over 38 years. He got involved very early. He was actually a foreman before he finished his apprenticeship, if you can believe that. He was elected to the executive board. He was on the labor management committee. He was our vice president. He was the organizer. He was president, and from 2004 until now, he's been the assistant business manager. Some of his accomplishments over the years, he organized Pusey Electric, Charlie McDonald, and Devon Electric, just to name a few. He was president when they last increased the multiplier, and I have to hear that all the time. The building we're in tonight, Kevin had a lot to do with the building, and especially about how it looks. Kevin is always thinking outside the box. He will give Bill and I different ideas for the health care and pension. That's why they're doing so well. He's very detailed, as Right Way Electric found out in court. All the hard work that he put into that, we were the only local to receive our money from them. When the courts saw how detailed those books were, he was offered jobs by 3 or 4 other organizations. What was helped me and Local 654 the most is how he ran the referral. This is the toughest job in the office. Kevin did an excellent job at it. We are respected by other locals and all the travelers because of him. Most important, the members of Local 654 trust Kevin. Doubt about the referral system in our local is gone. We had over 500 travelers in our local one summer, and Kevin never missed a call. He spent nights and weekends filling all the calls, and if you know Kevin, he didn't want help from any of us. They are just some of his highlights of his career. It's very hard for me to believe that he will be retiring at the end of this month. He worked very hard his whole entire career, and he deserves a night like tonight. I know his dad, Brother Ed Hassett, who was a big part of this local, is looking down and is very proud. Kevin, I'd like to wish you a happy and healthy retirement. And last, I would like to ask everyone in this room, please do me a favor and say a prayer for his wife, Ro. because she will be with him 24/7. So at this time, that was the sentimental part, and I would ask Steve McNally to do the funny part.
Hello. For those who don't know you, don't know me, I used to work for Kevin as business manager here a while back. And Paul, thank you very much for saying so many nice things about Kevin, because I don't have any of them. I was kind of thinking, what can I say about Kevin in mixed company? I mean, I can come up with anything. I got like pick up meat, potatoes. Anyway, I had the privilege of Kevin working for me as an agent, and with the referral. Paul is 100%. That is the most difficult job in the office, and I knew from the start that Kevin was going to be great at it. I remember, my office was right next to his, so I'd be sitting in the office and I'd hear him answering the phone. It was always, "Hey, buddy, how you doing?" And within about 2.5 minutes, voices raised. I can hear this banging noise, real loud. I'm thinking, what the hell is that? So I walk over to the office. He has the handset from the phone, and he's banging it on the desk like it's a gavel. And I think he broke about, I don't know how many, probably 30 over the 6 years. We actually have a graveyard out back, broken handsets. But he did a great job, and we thank him for it. And he also was in charge of the apprentices. When they would they would have to do their work off their hours or help out around here doing things. And he always had a smile and a kind word to say to them. Like, "Do what I say. If you want to die." He scared the heck out of them. And we would have a little project, and he'd get them started. He'd come back and she'd say, "Steve, this guy is the best apprentice I've ever seen." Well, by 2 o'clock, he's coming back in and said, "How the heck did this kid get in a program? He doesn't know anything." So nobody was on that pedestal very long with Kevin. But I'm sure they all loved him in the end, and he helped them be better journeymen for it, believe me. And like Paul said, I had the honor of knowing Eddie, and he was definitely a hero to me, and he should be very proud. And I know he's proud of you, Kevin, for what you've done for the local. He also started with me, he might have started before me, but he started it's better to ask forgiveness than permission. And he used that, I don't know, like a credit card, man. But I got a little presentation. I'm going to move up to the front of the room here. I got to confess, Kevin, I heard the guys talking and saying how you kind of been going out and scouting things you might do when you retire. So I did actually follow you around, and I took some pictures. So I wanted everybody to see. I don't know how many people know that Kevin is quite the dancer. I mean, you wouldn't know, he's pretty modest about it, but he's quite a good dancer. Almost like a Jimmy Flatley, is it? Yeah, the guy used to do the Irish dances. You'll probably see him out here, later this evening. But he's reached out and he said he's really going to try out for some prestigious dance competitions, and I have a picture of him here. Tried out for Dancing with the Stars. I don't think he made the final cut, but he did us proud. But he didn't stop there. He said, "You know what? I want to stay in great shape when I retire. I'm not going to sit around. I'm not going to, put on 20 pounds or 30 pounds. I'm going to work out." So he's always been a little frugal. So he joined this gym, and I think it's like $250 a month to belong to it. But I happened to get a picture of him in his workout. So. Really good, man. Keep it up, buddy. Oh, and we all know how big of a college football fan Kevin is. We know, his favorite team. I just happened to get some pictures of him up here. had some friends, and he did try out for cheerleading. They all loved him up there. But we all know. That's his team. He was trying out for a position up there, and they told him, just go out in the field and look mean. He did a good job, pal. And here he is sucking up to the coaches and stuff, trying to get all steady. He also said he was going to continue his education. Didn't want to sit still. He wanted to make something out of himself. So I have a picture here of, you got a little graduation picture from Clown College. He also has always been interested in, being a professional, either police or state police, or something to do with law enforcement. So he realized he has to start out at the beginning. So I did catch him at work a couple of days. And he looks pretty forceful. And you know what? Most of the first graders listen to him. Here's another one in action. I think he's doing a little dance step. And he said, I'm going to stay politically active. I'm going to help get the right people in office. So I happened to get a picture of him with his best buddy. I think they had coffee right after this picture. But Trump did say he never met Kevin. But he didn't stop there. Kevin's a pretty religious guy. And he stopped to see one of the big guys. Here he is. He actually, I think, was asking him if his, better to ask forgiveness than permission doctrine was a mortal sin or not. He also, he's got a little cowboy in him. He likes to ride horses when he was younger, if I'm not mistaken. So, I've got a picture of him, doing a little. And he tried out for a TV show. Here he is. Smart. I think they got rid of him in the first round. He also had, doing something a little dangerous on his bucket list, and I called him here. Doing a little skydiving. And also, Kevin has always been a great dresser. I mean, he always looks good. He said, now that I'm retiring, I think I can expand my wardrobe a little bit, maybe look a little flashier. So I called him at the function here, and he's trying to have something a little new. You do look good. And he's got a little musical abilities too, so he tried out for a and he, last but not least, he said he wanted to, get back to golf. So he met a friend of his, and he was giving him a few instructions here. But that's it for a slideshow, guys. But I'd just like to thank you again, Kevin, so much for all you've done, and give you a little advice from a 9.5-year retiree. Get back when you can, appreciate what you have, and enjoy every day, and you'll have a great retirement, buddy.
Steve. Yeah. Oh, God. This is what I went through every day with them. And it won't be long, but I just want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Can you hear that? I want to thank the membership and the officers for putting this on tonight. This is a fantastic party. Thank you to Howard, because I know they went overboard here with this, the caterer. I really appreciate it. But when I found out about the party, I don't know if anybody knows, but this was somewhat of a surprise. I didn't want anything. So they played the game on me. They told me not to come to the last union meeting, and thank God I had gotten a shed. So I was going home to clean the shed out and all. And they said, don't come to the union meeting, and that's when they approved all this. And all of a sudden I started getting phone calls from some members. And as I said, I go in the post office and said, okay guys, what do you do? And they said, we're going to ask for forgiveness and not permission. Yeah, it was cute. Yeah. Not when it's used against you. As I said, I really appreciate what they did. But when I found out about it, I started writing down people I might have to thank. And I'll tell you right away, the list got long. So I knew I couldn't go that direction because I'd have three problems. First, I know I'd forget somebody and I'd be in big trouble. We'd be here all night if I had to go through that list. But the third was, of course, my wife told me to be short and sweet. So, as we all know, I always do what my wife says. Right, bro? She is looking so forward to this. It's funny, because then she's even said to me now, like, I go downstairs, and she's like, oh no, that's not what we do. We don't watch that in the morning. I watch CNN, that's me, and I do that. She's got, like, Judge Judy, and, are you serious? Like, really? No, we're going to work things out. She's going to go my way, just like in the office. But I hope. But going back to it, so what I decided, I just want to go through a little bit of how we got here and the history of, this thing's not working, and the history of how we got here. I think it's pretty interesting. And everything I'm going to talk about is actually in the hallway. So some of the members, if you have some time, go out there and look at the documents that we have hanging on the wall. This year was the 80th anniversary of our local. So at the beginning of the year, I started getting some things together for the banquet book. And I went through the old minutes, the old documents, and one of the first things I found, and I knew it's been around here a while, was a small book. And in this book, it had 3 meetings, and minutes of meetings, and it dated to 1938. But when I looked at it, and you really started looking into it, it was from the 15 guys that started this local union before they were union. So I just want to go through some of that, what I found. But what these guys called themselves in the minutes were the Delaware County Electrical Workers. And as I said, they were the first members of Local 654. They had, the first set of minutes was in December 15th, 1938. They met at a VFW in Chester. And as I said, they wrote in the minutes, 15 men attended this meeting. But one of the coolest things I thought was in there, they made a motion that said, all members will be notified of the next meeting and that this movement will continue. So they called it the movement. So, and I think we're going to have to incorporate that on the wall out there, something along those lines. So then they had a second meeting, and that was on a month later. It was on January 12th. And they had this at the Teamsters Hall. So at this meeting, they had 33 guys. So they went from 15 to 33 in about a month. The most interesting thing I picked out from this is, this was the first collection they had of money for us. They collected from the 33 guys $1.40. $1.40, that's 5 cents a guy. So that's what we started with, 5 cents a guy. So now they're on their way. They have 33 guys, and they actually used 35 cents of that to pay postage. And they have it all noted in there. I mean, it's amazing. But now they have 33 guys and $1.05 in their general fund. So on February 16th, 1939, this is the day this local started. They were up to now 84 guys. So within 2 months, they picked up from 15 to 84. They had 84 guys and $1.05. And at this meeting is when they signed the application for our local union. They sent it away. So that was February 16th. And in 1 month, they sent this, the local 654, our number down to us in our charter. And it was weird. Some of it said local 654B, and I still don't know about that. I'm still going to look into all this a little deeper, but I thought that was cool. So this is real interesting. So our first union meeting was on March 6, 1939. We didn't even have a union hall. They had it at a guy's house. And it was, they named it as Mr. Wheeler. So I'm assuming it was Lynn Wheeler somehow with that family. We had our first union hall. It was 1951. We bought that building down in Chester for $13,000. So, but here's the interesting thing. So at this one, they agreed on their wages to work for. Wait to hear these. This is 1939. A journeyman's wage was $1.37 and a half. I don't know how you pay yourself a half a cent, but they did. They had it in there. I don't know what it was about, but they got paid $1.37. A fourth-year apprentice made 85 cents. A third year made 75 cents. A second was 70, and then a first year was 65 cents an hour. That was the first wages that we made. It's amazing. I mean, when you start looking at all this stuff, you really put it in perspective of what we have now and what these guys did. So going through the early years, they had it tough. And in 1944, they almost shut this local down. There was a motion made on the floor to shut the local down because they were losing too many members to the war. So thank God the motion failed. So, but you could see in the minutes as I went through that they had some real serious times. So I went through all the wage sheets, and you guys will get a kick out of that, the electricians in here. I have them from 1939 up to present day. So you'll see what you were making when you got in, and you'll see the different things you put in for your pension and other things. So as I said, take the time to go out there. So in 1939, they started out with $1.37. By the mid-50s, we're at $4.50 an hour. But the one thing that was weird, and I didn't pick it up till later, they didn't have benefits. They worked straight for wages. They didn't have a pension. They didn't have health coverage. It's amazing. So I looked into that a little deeper, and the first 23 years, they had nothing. So in the first benefit that they were given was 1961, and the members started putting in 15 cents an hour for health coverage. 15 cents. And the funny thing about that, there's a pamphlet out there also, and it had everything, the different things that were covered and cost. Well, the one that stood out to me was doctor's home visits. For $3 a visit, you were covered. So I don't think there are doctors coming around anymore. But that was cool. So the next thing, it brings us to the pension. This pension, which brings us all here tonight, started in 1963. And the members agreed to put 10 cents an hour into this pension in 1963. And it stayed that way until 1971, when they put 15 cents an hour in. Today, we put $9.35 an hour into it. But we get a hell of a return. That's why we're all here tonight. And Jim and them have a lot to do with that, so our actuarial. He keeps us on the right path. So, as I said, this local's come a long way. If you go back and just see, in 1939, we had 84 men. Now we have 700. In 1939, a journeyman made $1.37 and a half. We now make $75. In 1939, our general fund had $1.05 in it. We now have over $3 million. In 1963, the pension fund started with 10 cents. we now have over $80 million in it. It's amazing. So I want to thank those 15 guys that met that night for what we have. So, just one last thing. I've been a member of this local for 40 years, and I can say this is the best I've ever seen the membership and the leadership working together, and it shows. We are part of what they call the 3rd District. There's over 100 locals in this district, and I'm proud to tell you, Local 654 has the highest market share of any local in the 3rd District. Highest market share. It's amazing. And our pension is in the top 3 in funding in the 3rd District. This didn't happen by accident. It happened because of dedication and hard work of the leadership of this local and the membership of Local 654. And one bit of advice I just want to leave you with. Continue to support the leadership of this local because they can't do it alone, believe me. And just remember, you get out of this union what you put in. So please stay involved, and I'm going on vacation. Thank you. Thanks everybody for coming out. I'm going to cry. All right, let's start the party.